Hey everybody, buenos dias. Well, Wrongimer, I told you that we would have to resolve the differences between SPX and ES. So that's what we did. You asked me how it was going to happen. Told you there's a couple ways. This was not my preferred way, but we did it. So what the problem was? That was a higher low right there. On the cash index, that was a lower low. That made the two counts different between the two of them. Talked about this on Monday with Wrongimer at the scout meeting. And, well, now we have resolution. Looking at the overnight action. I'm not hating it. We're probably going to make another low. Simply for the fact we didn't touch the 1272. Probably going to get that little bit of extension. And I've got a slightly different price on my other chart. Yeah. We got like 54.69 on my other chart that I was looking at right before I came on here. So right around 54.70. I think we're probably going to see some support. If we don't hold support there, guess what happens? Right there. It's not even a surprise. I mean, I'm not surprised one bit. Was it the outcome I wanted? Initial reaction? No. Is it still probably going to be a buy the news event? Yeah, probably. It's just an initial reaction. I mean, hadn't even gone anywhere. Big grand scheme of things, we're just at the same place we've been since the beginning of March. There's the potential to dip on here. Right in there. There's the potential. Now we obviously haven't, this wasn't the V bottom. We'll have to bump this baby out. Since we're back at a lower low, this resets the bottom. That was not the bounce. All the things I've been talking about. Just kind of move over. So at this point, we've got 11 bars down, 48 days. Assuming we, like, today could be a crazy freaking day. We could see one of the biggest updates we've ever seen if things get sparky. Be careful believing the mainstream media. I mean, mainstream media turned apocalyptic last night. Like, this is worse than the worst case we could ever. I mean, are you kidding me right now? Nothing that he said was any different than what he said. I mean, and Israel already folded, Canada already folded. They're all willing to negotiate. So it's not really a surprise to me, one bit. This is all a negotiation tactic. As I've said, we might have to dip down to this 3-day. If we do, potential to go up. I don't think we're just going to slice right through the 3-day and keep going. Like, that's just probably not what's going to happen. Anyway, Hopefully, everybody understands the situation. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation is intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation in buying or selling any financial instrument, including stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. Don't long them, don't short them, don't trade them. You may lose substantial amounts of money. And if you need somebody to tell you what to do, hire a consultant financial advisor. I tend to be a bit more risky than your average financial advisor. And look at the rest of the week. Thursday is where we're at. After the market opens, we'll get some numbers here. Right there. Get some PMI. Get some JOLTS jobs. All these fun numbers. Oh, that was yesterday. Whatever. I'm on the wrong day. Here we are. ISM, that's what I was looking for. These numbers. PMI. Those two are what I was looking for. I started with PMI, right? Yeah. Okay. Not crazy. I was looking for the PMI, not paying attention to what day was on the screen. Right there. PMI. 9:45 and 10 o'clock. Then Fed members speaking. This is interesting to me because tomorrow, on Friday, we get a bunch more Fed members speaking all right together. I don't know if they're going to adjust what they've been saying due to the tariff talk, or they could announce accommodations. I mean, that could rip the market higher if they did. We have the non-farm employment stuff coming out tomorrow morning at 8:30. Non-farm jobs, unemployment rate. Does it tick up with the carnage in the government jobs, or do we just hang out at 4.1? Yeah, we're just kind of hanging, bumming along here. When you zoom it up, though, we went through the trough. Now we're kind of rising a little bit. I mean, this is kind of an uptrend. Do we correct it back down a little bit before we go higher? I suspect we're probably going to go higher. Interestingly enough, businesses are the most bearish they've been. Forward outlook the next year, most bearish it's been since COVID. Most bearish, but we're just not seeing that. Everything in the economy is just not folding yet. It doesn't mean it won't come apart, but I think this too shall pass, as they say. Now, I brought another chart. I can find it. For AI adoption rates. And this, maybe you feel like you want to hear about tariffs. I'm kind of sick of hearing about tariffs, so let's talk about something else for a minute. Something more fun. Now, it seems like everybody and their uncle's using AI and replacing all the workers, but check this out right here. The total, I should probably put this on a chart I can draw on, right? Let's see. Put it over here. Guess the pacing go and zoom it up just a little bit. Right there. Total 6%. This is share of U.S. companies that are, self-reporting using AI. Seems like everybody and their uncle's using AI, but only 6%. There's only 6% adoption right now. We've spent billions of dollars building out AI infrastructure, and only 6% of companies are using AI. That's just wild to me to think. And planned deployment, only adding 4% more. That leaves 90% out there that could grow the AI business segment. Now, you see high adoption, relatively high adoption here in information, but looking at it, it's only like barely over 20%. Seems like everybody's using AI, right? But it's all we were hearing about. This is why the AI stuff is kind of coming apart a little bit. This is why I feel like NVIDIA get a correction, because look, 6%. I was warning that, anybody that's been following me, I've been warning about the actual use. There's not much actual use, right? There's only one company that puts AI out there for the masses to actually use in a practical, everyday, kind of needed way. Anybody know what that company is? Tesla. It's the only company I know of that has an AI that drives you around. If you haven't ridden one, you should go test drive one just for fun. And you may think that's crazy, but I'm telling you, it'll change your perspective on things coming. So it's kind of wild though. 6% of companies. We're talking about like 8,000 companies. Only 6%. Only 6%. Yeah, but how many people have ever seen a Waymo? I've never seen a Waymo. I see like 20 Teslas on the way to work every day, and I only go like 5 miles. Sergio rode in my truck. I took Sergio and Goose for a ride and let the truck drive them. We drove from downtown back to the hotel where we did the Termite Trading Lab thing earlier in March. I didn't touch the wheel. I mean, they both can attest. I just sat there with kind of like this. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, Kimberly was in the car too. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. And anybody that thinks that, Austin, Cybercab thing in Austin isn't going to happen, like, just wait and see. Sounds like the market just opened. See, okay. I mean, we got a lot of, like, the list was mostly negative. I mean, almost 400 tickers on the negative side. That was just crazy. I guess 350 probably. Absolute insane. Is it a bad day? Yeah, it's kind of a bad day. Like, if anybody's surprised that it's a bad day, that's why I've been sitting on my hands. I was waiting for this to happen. All right. Now, the bummer, the Bitcoin pattern got wrecked. We got wrecked right there. Rejected once again. It was looking good. It was looking like it might break out, and then right back. Hadn't gone anywhere. Like, no reason to panic. We haven't gone anywhere. Bitcoin didn't do anything. It just didn't do the bullish pattern. So there's no reason for panic right now. I see a lot of people kind of. This one made a lower low, though. This is a little concerning. Just made a lower low. Still concerning on Ethereum. How do we make money today? Let's take a look. Look where we ended the day yesterday. Look at this. S5TW 63. We'd have to go to, what is it, bar chart? There we go. Hopefully it doesn't show off my personal information. Try to. Let's see what we got. This won't update for like. Somebody remind me to come back over here. This is stocks about the 50-day. S5F5. Or if I can get TW. There we go. And we were at 63 at the close. All right. Yeah, these right here, it says end of day. They only update end of day, so no interday updates. Yesterday, big strong day. S5F5, big strong day. This is indicating we may go higher. All right, don't get caught being short here. S5TH, indicating we may go higher. I'll be very careful getting sucked into this negative narrative today. Be very, very, very careful. I think we may dip that Make that low right around 54.70. And then resolve this baby. Yeah, see, we're just right in the vicinity of the prior low on SPX cash. We just bringing the cash and the futures back into alignment. And this is already starting out green. It would not surprise me one bit. This would be a shocker for everybody. What if we end up the day with a higher close? Won't surprise me one bit. That's the kind of shenanigans the market does. Looking at NQ, I mean, I've seen this kind of stuff before. Anybody who's been trading for a while, let me know if you would be shocked. Now, NASDAQ, very real possibility we see that right there. Very real possibility. Can the S&P go higher with that potential dip? I don't know. But the other thing, that wave 5 hit exactly the 100%. That completed 5 down in a very proportional way. Look, this move right here was exactly this move right here. That move right there and that move right there. Same exact size. Beautiful. Could extend it down to here. Wouldn't surprise me, but if we stop right there, that's 5 down. Now the reason this is important, if we have a 3 up to a 618 level from this high right back here in December to this low here today, we stop at the 618 retrace, that sets up the big down. If you think this is big down, this is going to be a scary big down. This is like JT could make $1 million big down. Right there. This is what we got to watch for. This is nothing compared to what could happen right here if we set this up. 100% serious right now. Gotta watch. We are unlikely to just get continuation from here. I mean, it's low probability to just get continuation down from here. Could it happen? Sure. Is it very likely? No. We have bled off. I mean, look at this. NASDAQ went down from here to here. 3,500 points down. In almost what seems like a straight line. Would not, right up in there, back to 21,000. That's probably what we're going to do at least. Work through whatever low we get today, and then we can work on doing this retrace. We do that retrace and stop right there. Whew. That's where it could be big, because we could do a 1,618 of this whole first move down. I'll go to a clean chart and just demonstrate what I mean here. Let's just go with the cash index too. Just so we're all clear on how big this next move could be. Okay, we're talking about, here's the 618. I'm going to erase this fib line so we don't confuse anybody with extra fib lines. That's the 618, all right? This move down, this retrace, this next move down. If we're going bearish, this is where the target is. This is why I say this little thing is nothing. If we do this off of this low, the next move is likely that. Going from 20,000 to 15,000. And it's probably going to do it fast. And then we'll bounce back up to here. And then we'll do a final move that matches the first move. Oh, look, it puts us in the vicinity of the 272. Right there. Ultimate target. So this is still in line with watching out for summer, late summer, early fall. Right there. If we stop at a lower high, that's the danger right there. All right. Everybody, any questions before I move on? This is a big picture, like trying to get my game plan together, what I'm watching out for. Everybody good? I'll leave that on here. Save it. So that's what we're looking at then. Using the futures, using the cash index, same thing. I said that this didn't look very, like this looked like it was going to go lower, immediately lower. And that's exactly what we did right there. Got that level. Now, this one's kind of in alignment too, that we might get a 3-wave up. It's kind of weird. Brought all 3 indexes back into kind of alignment here. Pull this down, pull this down, pull this down. Everything kind of went down just a little bit. That actually looks like a better level for that 618 on Russell. But it puts the next move for Russell potentially down to 1400 if we retrace to that 618. This is why I said that there's big money to be made here. The potential right there. Look at that. From 2300 to 1400. You can make some serious money here on that potential drop. And then that won't be the bottom. That'll probably bounce like this and do another move just like the first move. Potentially down in the 1,000 area probably. Let's see. Let's do the proportions on it. Take a little while. And then you don't even have to use fib tools. You can just draw like this. If you want the extensions and stuff, you got to use fib tools. But yep, look at that, right down around 1,200. Wow. Now the crazy thing, if we do this 5 down like this on all these indexes, and we end up doing it into next year, we'll probably spend the next several years doing a big 3-wave retrace of this whole big down move. Like this. And then probably get another move down. That's, I mean, that's the wildest part of this whole thing. I can tell you years in advance if we're gonna do this. Like if this is where we're going right now, this is probably how it's gonna play out. And I don't have it drawn time wise. Like this is probably I've way condensed it. But what's even crazier, for those of you that have been around, I'm gonna bring up another piece. I didn't even think about pulling this up. Pull this up. Pull this over. Anybody remember this? Remember this? Look right there. High prices, time to sell stocks are these numbers right here. 2026. If we start flushing down, you know, these have been pretty accurate, plus or minus a year. Like 2020 was COVID. 2023, that was time to buy because we bottomed out in 2022. 2026, we might take this higher into 2026 and then roll down into 2032. Kind of blows my mind when I see this. This was made in 1875. What the nuts? You look at how this lined up with the The Great Depression, 1931, 1942. These are some interesting things here. Look at this. We went 96 into the dot-com bust. That happened to line up on both. That was like a major top, and then it ground. We did the minor 2007, great financial crisis, down into 2012, and then up into COVID. This blows my mind a little bit. This was made in 1875. Are you kidding me right now? I don't think I'd bet that. I don't think I'd bet against this at this point. Let's be careful, all right? Everybody got me? Let's be careful. Moving forward. Oil took a little bit of hit. A lot of bit of hit, I guess you might say. I really wanted to see that get above. Rejecting back down, but no damage done. It's just a retrace at this point. If we go lower low, that's where we're probably coming down here, and then we just reset everything. We look for the rally again. 786. This could pop very fast right there. Gold, I was concerned since we were at the targets. I was really concerned yesterday putting Gold Rush into that one. Initial pop was really good, and then dadgummit, man. Taking back the contract rollover. This could still turn higher, but sour grapes, baby. Silver is, look at that. Anybody remember I said, well, silver is probably going to retrace to the roadmap line. And I'm not sure that gold can go a lot higher before silver does that. Anybody remember me saying that? Sergio? Anybody? Anybody remember that? Where did I find that chart? I don't even remember where I found that chart. It's in a book. That guy wrote a book, and it's a copy out of the book. It's Samuel Brenner, I think. I of course found it posted somewhere, but yeah, there you go, Sergio. Look at that. Isn't it weird how this stuff, like, I didn't know the reaction's gonna be that negative to tariffs, but I thought we'd have to see this happen. Now, I want to see it hold support here and start turning higher. This might be the thing I was waiting for. I'm going to very seriously consider whether I'm going to add a spread. You know, it's still possible that this dips back in here. And if it does, I am adding a mega spread right there. Mega bullish spread. I still believe that this is set to break on out. Now, I was really hopeful we would break above the 618 on that bigger correction, but we didn't. We rejected off, retracing again. We'll come back up and retest it again. You know, I say retest because, well, back here was when we established this level. What's funny to me, that 618 wasn't there until 8 years later. Yeah, that was October 2012. This 618 level wasn't sitting right on top of that until we made this low right there. And now it's resistance. This freaking messes with me when I see this stuff on the charts. All right, I'm not kidding everybody. Like, this is, I mean, this messes with my mind. This is why I say when I comment about 618 levels don't look like they're in the right spot, it's because when they're in the right spot, they sit on at places of support and resistance that just like you're like, well, it wouldn't have been there until that low got made 8 years later. But that's where we consolidate on the way down. How did the market know to consolidate right there before we made the bottom over here? It's all a computer simulation, I tell you. This looks like a 1-2. Potential 3. I can't guarantee that we're going higher until we actually break out. This stopped at almost a perfect retrace right there. That's the why our 618 is so important, because this could go down again. I just don't see it, but it could. I think we're going higher, but I want to get up to at least this level at the 47 area. But if we just stop right here, we have to switch to log mode. See, it's above it on log mode. That's the mind bender. Like when you use not log mode, it shows silver going negative. But if you use log mode, it shows we're already breaking up higher. So the downside potential would be like $88.50. I don't think we're going back there. I can't fathom that number at this point. And if we're going higher, this 1, 2, 3 would put us at 77. And then we do a 4 and we do a 5. That would probably take us up to like 140, 120, 140. That'd be just wild for silver. So when I say there's the biggest upside potential in this chart for the next few years, I'm not joking. Like, I kind of see maybe the biggest upside potential in the market on this chart. Just not certain on how long it's going to take to do it. Now, you go back to the gold chart. Why am I not like super hyped up on gold? Look at that extension. We're already up there. When you compare that right there, we're up here and we stopped a little bit at the 1618. Didn't hardly retrace much at all, pushing on up. It's very possible we could push it on up to 4100. While silver makes an epic climb from $30 to $120. You know, silver's hanging out, just for reference, silver's hanging out down here relative to the gold chart. It's got a lot of room to catch up. And Bitcoin, we're just waiting on the breakouts. It's possible that we retrace back to the March high, March a year ago. It's possible. But we're just sitting in this consolidation right now. That's trying to break out through the downtrend of highs. It's trying. Ethereum's trying to find a bottom, and I hope we don't break below this red zone. That's going to get nasty. This one hit. Look at the number. Look at the number we hit. You remember what I said a couple days ago? Looked like we might go to 34. No, it reset. As I said at the beginning, Bitcoin reset. Like that's. Do you see 3 green days? Where's the third green day? That red day nixed that pattern right there. Took it right off the... Messed up that thing. NKD right down to the level. So, do we bounce here? This is the most beautiful potential global liquidity setup I've seen. Look at this. Ho, 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 ho. This could be epic if it turns here. Now, yes, there is a dangerous pattern set up. I still believe ES and NQ need a blow off top, higher highs, before we roll. Russell looks like my most bearish potential. This indicates if we bounce here, that was a 3-wave down, right into the 618. If we bounce here, right back above, this is the first indication, back above the roadmap line. Second indication, above here, we're probably going up here to like 54,000 on NKD. Global liquidity could be smoking. Probably take the U.S. markets with it. Oh, look at that. Come on down. And look at that. Didn't even make it to the roadmap line. Oh. So the target on this one. Still working on this play. This looks like we're going to complete 5 up, though, is the problem. So right here, looks like to me, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to complete 5 up right here. Look at this move compared to this move. We're exactly at the right proportion. It's not magic, just math. Sets up the potential, retrace, back down, and somewhere right in this vicinity. Could be as low as the 618. So it looks slightly better if we pulled this on higher just a little bit. You remember that whole spiel about fib lines being on the right spot? We might extend this up. This 5th wave might extend and then set up the potential wave 2 retrace right here. Or we can go higher again. Because that would set up the potential 1, 2. Oh, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. That would set up the potential wave 3. If we extended the 5 right there, retraced right here, sets up the next move, potential right in that zone right there. Then we retrace, and then we do the final move. And so many things are coming together here. It's really wild. Really wild. GME, not really moving. I did take a position on this, looking for this to return back up in here. And that's why I'm just curious what's going on. GES. Doing a mini retrace. Look at that. Beautiful. We hold here, turn back higher, break back above that. Rock and roll. I bought a couple 100 shares of this. Just kind of sitting on it. All right. What's going on? What's crack-a-lackin'? That didn't break out. Check on VIX. Lower high. Watch for that epic retrace. TECS. 3X technology bears. That could pop. I mean, we could see more downside. This does indicate we could see more downside since this is 3X leverage on bears. Be careful on leverage. Right there. ETHD. Not really doing anything. ETHU. It's probably way down. Grinding on down into the reverse split. VXX. Be careful. We might pop that up a little bit more, but I would watch for that to come down. This could be a 1 move, 2 moves, 3 moves back down into the lows very easily on VXX. Remember, this is a decaying asset with reverse splits. Danger, 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 danger. Leverage and decaying. Vixie. Yeah. Careful on all those short arc. TSDD. Didn't even move. This is be careful, everybody. This is a very, very bullish indication right here. There's the resistance. There's the next target. Around that 300, 320 area is the resistance. Be careful. Hey, that's not taking a big hit. That's really interesting. Indication right there. Diego. Trying to find a bottom. Lauren, let's see. AstraZeneca. I'm just hunting for opportunities here today. So let's see if we can dive through a few of these charts. Thanks for coming, everybody. It looks like we got one of the biggest crowds I've had in a long time. I know the market's freaking everybody out, right? Holy. And I mean, but I don't think it's that bad. Like, it looks like we might actually bounce here. So this is time to hunt for strategic potential buys. You know, that's probably not one of them. AstraZeneca, probably not one of them. Dust. Not looking great. TZA. Be careful buying these bull thing or these bear things. The Treasury bulls, that's interesting. Let's see. What did we do to financials? Retrace. Ooh, deep retrace. That overlapped. So this is not a clean 5 down impulsively because that overlapped that. Could be part of a bigger correction. It's interesting. WFC. Back near the bottom. FAS. Probably took a deeper retrace. If this holds right here, this one could be pretty bullish. See that break back above. Remember, all these have earnings coming up here. Financial earnings ramping up next week. That'll be the big story next week. All right, let's look for some other opportunities, things I was watching for pullbacks. Oh, that one's getting close. Look how close that is. MasterCard. How's Visa doing? Visa needs, that may not come down. That may be just a 4-hour bounce. And look at that support. This is really strong right here. If you want something good company, potentially going higher on Visa. Adobe still, oh my goodness, look at that. Down, hunting the bottom. We have potential to go on down a little bit more. There's this level and then this level. We're in the thick of this level. There's still a possibility here. Still a possibility here. I want to see one of these hit and we get a strong bounce that takes us back above some of these highs. So that's what I'm watching for on that one. Royal Caribbean. Still hunting the bottom. Looking, this could be the bottom. Wow. Wonder who thought we were going down here on Logitech. Getting really close. Got about 14 more to go. SMH. Ow, this might be the biggest indicator. If we dip that anywhere in here, lower than this low right here, that could be the bottom that takes us higher for semiconductors. CRM, still expecting that bigger retrace. Microsoft, not really getting hit today. And just grinding the low there. We could extend this to 355, but this is looking likely to bounce very soon. Check our old buddy Google. Yeah, look at that. Now this one might take an excursion down here. Amazon. Amazon. And watch out. We're at the bottom of the orange zone. Here's the retrace. Why is it down there? Well, that's cool. There's the reason. There's the 618. And the 50% retrace of this move up off the low from 2022 through 2025. That looks a lot like 5 up to me. Very, very relatively clean right there. 1, 2, 3. Right in here. A little bit lower, right in the vicinity of the 4. Right in there. Big bottom anywhere from like 160 to 130. Could possibly go to 120. It's a big fat area. Because it kind of depends on how fast the market turns here. But this, I would expect this to dip on in here. Now, it's possible that this is just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're working on the 4 of the bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is still possible. And then we get the bigger retrace. This 4 could bottom in the vicinity of that 4. So anywhere in here, that could bottom, which we're right at the top of it. So this is why I'm cautious on expecting a bigger correction here. We're getting close to being potentially done if this is part of the bigger 1, 2, 3, 4. And this was a 1, 2, 3, 4 in between. And then we just need a 5th wave up to match this first wave up. So Apple hit the highlights. Huh. Imagine that. Dang. I thought we're done on that. Like, I thought that was it, but guess what? Hit the target. I don't know. Sometimes I get it. Sometimes I do that, and I scare myself when I do that. Meta still hunting the bottom. This might. We're back to retesting that breakout right there. If we hold here, that's very bullish for going higher. Very, very bullish. I don't see much that Meta is going to be affected by tariffs. I mean, yeah, they've got a few like consumer electronics things, but that's not where they make their money. So I just don't see that being giantly affected by tariffs. Oh, sure, computer parts and data center stuff, whatever. But the supply chain will eat most of that. It's not really giant upside costs for Meta. Let's see, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, Amazon, Google, Nvidia, and we hit Tesla already. Yeah, still doing the thing I thought we were doing. Anybody surprised? Grinding there, grinding. I mean, that wasn't even hardly participating in the rally. It's probably looking for one of these downside levels, and it might have to go lower than this low right here before we can bounce. Ultimately, I'd love to see it in the 70s. And if something bigger takes hold, we could go all the way down here. If we go down to 70, that's $1 trillion coming off of Nvidia right there. Been warning about that. Be careful. Be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. Let's check out a few more. Let's see, Airbnb. Breaking out to the downside. That may get an extension lower. First move, second move, third move. We could be hunting the bottom right in here for Airbnb. It broke out. Shopify. Checking on the ones I like. Yeah, Shopify looks like we're going to go just a little lower. Spotify. Oh, wow. That's holding up really well. This one's probably going to rip. Netflix. See how we're doing over here. Holding up really well. Look at that. Holding that 618. That was a violent kind of little chop, but this holding that potential really, really well. That's an opportunity to make a nice chunk of cash right there. $200 potential upside. Almost 30, 250, 30 buck upside. That's a nice one right there. MSTR. Still grinding. Had no real damage done here. Carvana. No real damage done there. And there's not many epically horrible charts here. Lulu broke down. Probably going down here. Probably that was a crush. That's probably coming down here now. We got below the line in the sand. Unless we just pop back up tomorrow or today. If we get back above here, it's okay. Hang out here a couple days. This is where we're going. Right there on Lulu. Costco. Not really. That's still working on a reversal higher. Still big upside here. This is kind of like Netflix right there with the same kind of opportunity. Look at this. Monster upside. 15%, 150 point up. Monster potential. High price stuff, yeah. You can trade one share. Williams Sonoma breaking down. Probably going to get back to the lows here. Watch for that support to hold. RL. We check out RH. RH. Oh my gosh, look at that. Who might have put a target right there? You kidding me right now? That just got sucked down on tariffs too. They announced pretty good earnings. Looks like they missed on the top, missed on the bottom, but it's PH. Parker Hannafin. I already checked that one. Home Depot. Maybe we're finding the bottom here. Crocs. Wrongamer loves Crocs. Rejected off of the roadmap line. That looks like we might be in it for the lower extent of my target zone. Coin. This is similar to Lulu, what I was talking about. Like, this is past the line in the sand. Odds are we're going to see this dip. But it's throwing a whole bunch of green candles at us. DoorDash. Potential to go down. Lily. Nothing. AXP. Ooh. We're hitting downside targets. 246. Visa already looked at. Royal Caribbean. No clear bottom. APO. No clear bottom. IBKR. That looks like it wants to extend a little bit. Reddit. Probably coming down to the targets. Best Buy. Wow. That got hit. That doesn't look good for Best Buy. This is a red alert. If you want to short something, don't go big, but there you go. Short it out to January 26th. $20 downside, $30 downside. TSM. That needs to dip on down. Targets. Yep. Oh, here's another one to short. This one's probably going down to 70 or $20, $30 downside, maybe even 50. What's Walmart doing? Tale of two stories here. Walmart holding up. Even though they're... It's so weird. Amazon and Walmart basically sell China stuff. And Amazon getting hit, but Walmart not. Tell me how that makes sense. DG. Dollar General, like, that probably turned the bottom. Look at that. That could be the bottom there. This could be a giant measured bounce. Wow. Look at this opportunity right here. This is pretty wild. Here's the target. This is insane. I'm probably going to go buy some of this. Whole fudge muffins. Wow. Ollie's too. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Ollie's about to rip. Capital One. DFS. Snowflake. Did we hit the target on the downside? Not quite. Almost. BA. Yeah. That's crazy, wasn't it? On Dollar General. I mean, holy moly. That's a beautiful setup. I dream of some of these. Like, I'm like, please set up, please set up. I mean, something like Dollar General, if you don't take a shot at it, like, you'll never get it, right? I'm just gonna buy shares. PDD still hunting the breakout. This, I guess, Temu. Yeah, 34% tariffs might be bad for Temu. And China puts 67% tariffs on all U.S. goods, or average U.S. goods. So Trump was proposing half of that against China. So a little rough on. Let's see what Baba's AliExpress. They sell a bunch of China. Look, that one's bullish. Look at that. That's just crazy to me. Like, AliExpress and Temu kind of compete. A lot of third-party sellers on Amazon use Alibaba to procure what they're buying. That still looks bullish. Starbucks, AEM. Oh yeah, turning green. Look at this. Gold might turn around. Well, look at that gold rallying back. Don't count it out yet. Crazy. Man. I'll post this link in Discord and y'all can go through it. All right, post this list of beat down stuff today. I don't have time to go through like 400 tickers. I was trying to find some stuff I was watching. That DG chart may have been the king of them all. EWJ. This one could turn. Remember, NKD, 1 exclamation points. EWJ may be an opportunity. LVS. Looking nasty. Might be going lower. TJX. Oh, look at that. That one's going to break out. Guess it has bigger upside potential, but this one's working on the breakout right there. And don't count it out today. I'm telling you, like, this is the opportunity. If you have the guts to buy stuff, giant potential opportunity here today. Did we get that extension yet? Not yet. Getting close. All right, I brought a bonus trade. I did bring a bonus trade. Let me pull it up. Oh, I know it. I don't even have to pull it up. KMX. Look at this thing. Beautiful potential. That high, this low. This was the activation yesterday. You can wait for it to come back up through. Upside opportunity, 95 from 77. Right there. That's what we're looking at. I see some statistics on it. 73% profitable, profit factor 1.8. It's not the strongest. We did take a loss right there, so I like this potential because used cars. I have one of my clients is a used car dealer. He's like, in my, what do you say, 35 years of buying used cars, I've never gone to the car auctions and there not many cars for sale. He said something weird's going on with used cars. There's no cars for sale. He's like, usually I go 3-4 times a week. I bid on 20, 30 cars. He's like, I bid on like 3 all week. There's no used cars. It's kind of interesting, I think. Potential for CarMax. And I don't exactly know how that plays out though. So just want to keep an eye on right there. This opportunity looks fair, and that was on the list. All right, thanks for coming, everybody. I'll be in Discord, hanging out. I'll watch the day with you, and let's hope it turns around. Let's hope it actually does the buy the news, or buy the news. Sell the rumor, buy the news. Let's hope we get the buy the news part. And otherwise, I'll see you later tomorrow, 9:15 tomorrow. We'll do it all again. Hunt for stuff. Hunt for more opportunities.